Good morning, this is TCR, TroyCommunityRadio.com. For TV5's David Denoyer, I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN. This morning, joining me in the studio, I have Linda Lee Jolly, the director of the Troy Hayner Cultural Center, with The View from Hayner.
Thank you, Clint. And with me this morning, I have David Wyan, our assistant director.
Good morning.
Terry Lynn Meese, our program coordinator.
Good morning.
Hi, Terry Lynn.
Good
and
morning.
Leona Sargent, our exhibit coordinator.
Hi.
We want to take a little bit of time at first just to talk about our centennial year. We've had such an amazing year at the Hayner with so many activities and wonderful opportunities, and everything just unfolded way beyond our imagining. And we just want to take an opportunity to say thank you to all the staff, the volunteers, all the people in the community, the radio station, everybody that supported us so much. And we're starting to wind down now in this last quarter, but we still have one centennial event left to go. And that's kind of a reprise of Dr. Lynn Barnes's show that she did at the Tees this spring, and it's a public program coming up in November. Is that right, Terry Lynn?
Yeah, it'll be Saturday, November the 22nd, excuse me, at 7:30 p.m. This is free and open to the public. Dr. Lynn Barnes is a professional dress historian, an actress, a costume designer, a music instructor, and an educator. What she has done for the Hayner is she has put together an interpretation of a day in the life of Mary Jane Hayner. The play that she's written will be describe the moments that Mary Jane Hayner is on a voyage to Europe, and she's preparing to make a big shopping trip in Europe to buy furnishings for her new home in Troy, Ohio. It should be very enlightening. It's really amazing what we don't realize. A woman, for instance, had to go through just to get dressed.
Oh, yeah.
Just to go to lunch as she prepares, her cruise to Europe.
Yeah, and Dr. Barnes actually has a background in fashion, particularly maritime fashion, around the turn of the century. So she does talk a lot about the women's fashion, what Mrs. Hayner had to deal with in that day, and the changes that were taking place. It was really a well-received program in the spring, and I think that it's great that we have another opportunity for people to come back and have an opportunity to see that program.
And this will be a slightly different program than the one at the T. This will be a longer play, and we'll cover a little bit different material. It will be on a different day. So if you saw the play back at the T, you might, if you really enjoyed it, you might really want to come back and see this expanded version.
It was fun. And she made such a lovely Mary Jane Hayner portrayal. It was like actually having a visit with Mary Jane Hayner in her home, even though she was on a ship. But, we were there, and it was really neat to see that have that first person experience. David, I know you're working hard on preparations for this year's Fave Boutique on November 15th. Can I get all my holiday shopping done in one day?
You absolutely can. The house will be filled that day with over 20 fine artists and vendors, each selling their own special and unique products. This is a great place to find that one-of-a-kind special gift that you've been looking for, and it'll be a great way to start off your holiday shopping.
Of course, anything that the fine artists are going to bring are going to be unique, one-of-a-kind gifts. But what do the boutique vendors add to this mix?
And by boutique, I think you mean some of our vendors that sell not products that they've necessarily made. We have the Origami Owl represented, Pampered Chef, McGuffey Herbs and Spices, Premier Jewelry, Scentsy. Sugar Grove Maple Products is a new vendor to us this year, and also Maple and More, which is the mother of the gentleman that does the Sugar Grove Maple products.
Oh, and I love maple. That'll be a lot of fun.
It should
be. Now, how many artists and vendors did you say?
We have 23.
And how are they all going to fit? I mean, where do they fit into the Hayner Center?
Well, the house will be full that day, and the art studio also. All 3 floors of the Hayner Mansion will have vendors, and the art studio will have, I think, 6 vendors in the art studio.
Oh, wow. And that's a lot. And did I hear door prizes?
Absolutely. Many of our vendors have been gracious enough to offer up some door prizes. And when you come to the Hayner that day, you'll receive a card that will list all the vendors and their locations. Make sure you visit each vendor, and they're going to punch that card. Then when you've visited all of the vendors, you can redeem that card or give us that card, and we're going to have a drawing at 3 o'clock for several door prizes.
All right.
Linda, I went to the Fave event the last 2 years and just thoroughly enjoyed walking through the house and seeing all of the different things that each and every artist and vendor had to offer.
No, it is an exciting day. And you know what, Leona? That's the exact same day that the Main Street Merchants Open House is in downtown Troy. So people can come to downtown Troy and truly get all their shopping done in both places and have lunch in a nice restaurant beside. It'll be a great day in Troy. You know, this event is also a fundraiser for Friends of Hayner membership. And they have actually some unique gift items of their own. Of course, the Mary Jane Hayner book will be there, and the holiday CD. David, weren't you part of that project as well?
I was. A few years ago, we decided to make a CD, a Christmas CD, of some of the musicians throughout the years that have performed at Hayner, and had just a great time doing that. The CD will be available for $15.
You know, and Fave is the right time to pick that up, too, because it's timeless holiday music, and if you get it early, you can enjoy it all the way through the holiday season.
Absolutely.
It's a gift that's uniquely Troy, too, because everybody, all of the musicians are local, and it has that Hayner connection. And this year, then we also added a couple of Hayner Centennial souvenirs. Terry Lamb, what can you tell us about those?
Well, there's 2 souvenirs that we generated just to celebrate, to commemorate our 100-year anniversary of the house. The first is a porcelain ornament, a Christmas ornament. It's really quite sweet and beautiful. It's $15 for the ornament, and then there are some whiskey glasses, which have been very popular. We have redone the original Hayner whiskey glasses from probably the late 1800s, maybe early 1900s. And we've done a little commemorative glass. They're $6 a piece, and they're pretty cute.
And you know, these 2 souvenirs, they are centennial souvenirs, and they're things that people have asked us throughout the years and said we ought to do these things, and we have. But they are centennial souvenirs, and when they're gone, they're gone. So this is the year that people will want to come in and get those unique commemorative items. That's great. You know, it's hard to see anything but the vendors when we put that many people in the house, but Leona, there is an exhibit right now that's absolutely beautiful.
There is. It's the Western Ohio Watercolor Society's 2014 Jury Members Exhibit. There are 73 paintings on display on the second floor in the gallery and on the first floor. The juror that came this year, her name is Vivian Ripley, and she is an internationally known artist. The Best of Show artist is from England, and she wanted to share in her painting what the English countryside is like. And so her painting shows a couple of sheep resting in the English countryside. Her name is Diana Hoke. The title of the painting is The Month of May. And folks can also shop for paintings while they come to the Fave event, because a lot of them are for sale.
So the exhibit paintings are for sale too, right?
They are,
Oh my
indeed.
gosh, what an amazing day that is going to be. It'll be a lot of fun. Now, you know, though, at Hayner, the holidays come early, and because our holiday open house is our annual open house. It's commemorative of the first time the Hayner Center was open to the public. Of course, then it was, you know, a couple hours on Sunday and one Christmas tree in the solarium. And now it's grown to be a 2-day community event that a lot of people in Troy, it's actually a tradition because the Hayner's in its 38th year. So a lot of families come back year after year for this event. And this year, the first full weekend is December 6th and 7th. And Leona, are the decorators ready to go?
They are. We have 9 decorators. They are all artists, decorators, florists, and the house will be absolutely beautiful.
I think Edwardian Christmas is the theme,
Correct.
right? Yes.
That is because the house was built in 1914, so we're
having an Edwardian Christmas.
And then there's always a special exhibit, and I'm hearing a lot of buzz that Dr. Snowflake is returning for the holiday exhibit this year. Is that right?
That's correct. Dr. Thomas Clark was a doctor by a physician by training and by profession, but his first love was always art. So when he retired, he is working now full-time, creating his paper cuttings, hence the name Dr. Snowflake. He illustrates stories with his snowflakes. He will bring with him some books that will be on sale at the Hayner Center during his exhibit, and it'll be such a beautiful experience.
I just think it's the perfect fit for the grand finale for our centennial year, because of course paper cutting fits right in the era of when the house was built, but his are extraordinary. He has actually, this is a return visit. He came several years ago, and when you look across the gallery space, you see a wall and it looks like just a wall of snowflakes, all framed really pretty, but it looks like snowflakes. It's not till you get right up close to them that you see that they're just full of Santas and elves and nativity figures and just so many images. I mean, he has really used his surgeon's hands to create some fine art. And the last time he was here, people talked about that for weeks. So I'm just really looking forward to it. And then now he won't be here for open house, but he's coming for a workshop. Is that right?
Right. On Thursday, December 18th from 5 to 7, p.m., there'll be a free workshop, but pre-registration is required.
Okay.
The workshop is for folks 12 and up.
Okay.
You'll need to bring a good sharp pair of paper cutting scissors and be able to cut through 12 layers of paper.
Okay, and maybe some Band-Aids on hand. Huh?
Right, and then after the workshop, they can go in the house to the concert.
All right. What concert is that?
That would be
Is that
Well,
a
actually-
string concert that night?
yeah, it's a wonderful thing we've started doing with the Troy High School. So it's a workshop for the high school band kids during the day, and then in the evening we have a family concert for them to bring their families back. And it's just a wonderful experience. Such a unique thing for these kids to be able to do, and the Hayner takes care of most of the cost of this workshop program for the kids. This year we're going to have Christian House working with the string orchestra.
Okay, and so you just say about 40 kids are coming to that event?
Yeah.
That's great. It's really neat that we can be able to, we try to do this often, both with performing artists and also with visual artists, to get the opportunity for our kids here in town to work closely with professional performing artists. So Christian Howell is an amazing violinist. Yes.
And then Christian will be back in March to do a concert of his own for the
Okay.
public.
All
So,
right. Well,
yeah.
great. That'll be wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, but open house. Oh my gosh, open house. Saturday is Children's Day, and it is always just a bustle of activity. What's your favorite part of open house?
Well, Santa Claus, there's just nothing like, seeing him with the children and, oh my gosh, them telling them just, pouring their hearts out to Santa about,
They
how
bring
much
you
they love
notes.
him. Yeah, and he's just the most wonderful Santa.
He really is.
Yeah.
And
Crafts.
the crafts, yes.
The arts and crafts.
We don't like Santa lines, so we have worked out a plan where there's lots of opportunities, crafts and art projects that children and families can work on together while they're waiting for their turn to see Santa. And then we have puppet shows during the day, and
Don't forget the cookies and punch.
and cookies and punch, something for everybody on Saturday. But it does get busy, and there's a lot of activity. So if a person maybe would like to see the beauty of the Hayner and enjoy the exhibit in a more leisurely way, Sunday would be the day for them to come. And we always have beautiful music in the house. How's the lineup coming for this year?
Well, this should be a really fun year. We're going to start once again with the Troy High School show choir. And it just gets the whole day off to this just rich community, and the kids it's just so beautiful to watch them come to the Hayner and sing for the community.
And they're all dressed in their holiday
They
best.
are,
They look
are.
good.
It's just so moving. But then we have a wonderful lineup. Betty Tasker and Dulcie Days will be back. We have Megan Osmond this year. She's a young woman. She's a songwriter, and she's going to do some Christmas songs for us. She'll bring her guitar. We're going to have Tekla Dando as part of a group called the Fine Silver Flutes. So there will be a flute group there. And then we're going to end with Sing Out Troy. Sing Out Troy, as you may remember, was a sort of up with people group in the 1970s. And we were able to invite them to our Hayner Days, and it was quite a hit. And so we said, hey, why don't you come and share Christmas with us too? So they will be back, and they will close the day up for us.
Good. That'll be a really, that's a lot of fun and kind of a neat way that we've brought back that little piece of history, and we kind of got them organized or helped to get them organized for the Troy Bicentennial event in January. And they just started practicing. They practice regularly at the Hayner, so they've been together now for this whole year, and it's just a joy to watch them. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. But now, before we get too excited about the holidays, we do have a couple of really nice concerts coming up in November, don't we?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about the homecoming concert on November the 30th. That's a Sunday. It'll be at 2 p.m. This concert, will be our 20th year. Mary Ann Cornell and Mary Blauser organize this concert every year, and what they do is they reach out to someone who grew up in Troy, and they invite them back to just kind of share their musical life with us. This year it will be Barbara Burdick. She's a pianist. She grew up in Tip City in Troy. She now resides in Canton, New York. She teaches piano there. So the concert will be Mary Ann Cornell, Mary Blauser, and Barbara Burdick. Sunday, November 30th at 2 p.m. The other concert will be a drawing room concert. This is a series that we have during the school year. It's almost every last Tuesday of each month. November will be kind of unique. It will be Amanda Roberts on the hammered dulcimer and Joel Thompson on cello. Amanda is an accompanist for both Wright State School of Music and the Dayton Philharmonic. She comes with quite a resume. But this will be unique to do this chamber concert with a traditional folk instrument. I think it will be quite interesting. I think it'll be really fun. So that is Tuesday, November the 25th at 7:30 p.m.
And that chamber series, that's really nice. We do that in collaboration with Wright State University Department of Music and Dr. Randall Paul, and they always bring unique musicians from the faculty, senior students from some of the other colleges around the area, and it's really a really pleasant evening. It's a weeknight, but to come out and enjoy the drawing room and the music, it kind of, I don't know, it does something to your stress level and your psyche and everything.
It does,
so,
and the next morning that music just kind of stays with you and tumbles around in your head.
Yeah, you feel like you had something a little special. So that's neat. And we, like you said, we do that every month, so there's always an opportunity to come out and check that out.
And that homecoming concert, the November 30th, that's the last chance to see the watercolor exhibit. That is the last day.
So that's kind of fun about the events and things that happen in Hayner. They're unique, and actually we're having one tonight, right? A book signing.
Yeah. This is something really fun. Ed Davis, he is from Yellow Springs. He's an author. He spent many years teaching at Sinclair College, creative writing, and he has written. He's having his third novel published. The name of the novel is The Psalms of Israel Jones. And what we're going to do is have a book release party. And Ed Davis will read from his book. He has a very engaging voice and reading style. And we've also invited the Fries, Side of Fries, to perform some of the music that is in the book. I'd like to read to you what Ed says about his book. He says, "The Psalms of Israel Jones dramatizes the redemptive journey of an aging rock star father and his estranged pastor son. It is a very fast-moving...
it's a page turn.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
great.
really hard to put it down when you start, but it should be a really fun evening."
And I've met Ed. He comes to some of our poetry readings and has read for us before. So,
Sure has.
you know, that's what I was saying, is that these kinds of evenings are unique experiences that you can only get when you walk into a place like the Troy Hayner Cultural Center right here in our backyard,
Yeah.
and just have an evening that's really special.
So that's tonight at
It is.
7:30. You know, just pop on over and
Great.
have some refreshments.
I'm
with us.
looking forward to it. You know, it's so much fun to be working with you all and the volunteers who make these events happen at the Hayner. I think Fave, Open House, and the return of Dr. Snowflake are all great ways to wind down Hayner's amazing centennial year. I hope the folks will all come out and take advantage of Mrs. Hayner's wonderful gift and make a visit to Hayner part of their holiday celebrations. So you've been listening to The View from Hayner. For more information about the Hayner Center and our upcoming events, check out our website, troyhayner.org.